guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Paula, and on this platform we discuss designer fashion, luxury, even lifestyle, but in a more practical and sensible way. Today's topic is that probably the biggest secret on the luxury community. I'm just kidding. It is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, and what are the 5 facts that you should know and consider before buying one. I'm also gonna reveal at the end of the video if I still think in 2021 should you jump on this bandwagon if you yet haven't done it. So it's worth to watch until the end. Before we get started, it would mean the world to me if you would hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, basically come back here. I post new videos every Monday and Thursday, and I think you would also like it here. Okay, so the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. Let's just begin with introducing the star of the video. So this is my Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the Damier Azur canvas. And I actually have it hot stamped with my initial. Quick story, I decided not to put any last name initials into it because when I purchased this, I wasn't even engaged yet, and I just didn't know what I was gonna do with my last name, and I felt that this is the most neutral as it's gonna get, because most likely I'm not gonna change my first name. So that's why there's only one letter. I've had this bag for almost 5 years, soon coming this spring. Also a 5-year wear and tear video coming up. So if you're interested to know more about how these hold up, remember to subscribe to my channel so you know when that's gonna come up. So I will introduce to you 5 facts, and let's start with the first one, which is the material. I think the internet is filled with people sharing this is the best canvas, or you should take the epi leather one, and now they've brought up this gorgeous empreinte leather Neverfull in the newest collection. That's just like, that empreinte looks so good. But you shouldn't really get sucked into what other people feel is the best material for you. You should choose what you like, which kind of goes around for everything in your life. But still, I think personally, even though I recommend you to make your own choice, I'm still gonna share a couple of facts related to the different materials. And let's start with the canvas material. So there's 3 different canvases, you probably knew this already. With the Damier Ebene, so the dark brown checkered one. And so the Damier Ebene, it is the most structured out of all of these bags. And the treated leather that they have put on that bag is also the most stiff one. So that basically means that when these very narrow straps are more stiff, and if you fill this up, they most likely will dig into your shoulder the most. Saying this, I don't have personal experience, but I know what type of leather, how it feels with the Damier Ebene one. So there is kind of like, it has the most structure. It kind of is more stiff bag than the 2 of the other canvases. Probably mostly due to the leather that it has. It just kind of keeps its shape a bit better. But then the other part of it is that, at least in the beginning, the straps might be a bit harsh on your shoulders, but that obviously during the time goes by, the leather will soften a lot. Then with the monogram canvas, obviously that is the most popular one. It is like Louis Vuitton, like the monogram canvas is Louis Vuitton, and if you're looking for that feel, probably the monogram canvas is for you. But that is also something to consider, that as this is not the best kept secret of the luxury world, but actually quite the opposite. So this is quite popular, which means that you are gonna meet quite a few of these on the streets while you're wearing yours. And the monogram is especially popular. So if you're okay with that, then something to also consider with the monogram one. Now I have the Damier Azur one. I chose this because this is my favorite canvas. And when I bought this was my first ever luxury designer bag. I didn't really know that much about different canvases. I just went with the one that I liked the most. And I'm really happy with that decision until so far. But the Damier Azur one is the least popular out of these three. And there's quite many people who tell you that this is only a summer bag, which personally, I've never used this as such. So I've used this all year around, within rain as well. And I tried to look at the vachetta leather on this one, and there really are no watermarks or anything. So maybe I just got very lucky with my vachetta getting this patina that it didn't really end up in water before there was some kind of coverage already on it. But that just kind of also makes me think that this is not really as delicate as you would think. I've had this for 5 years. I have not been careful with it because I buy bags so that they are used, and for this size and purpose bag, I have used this while traveling. So in an airplane, I put this under the seat in front of me, and someone is probably now cringing like, oh my God, it's such a light bag, and you put it on the floor, no feet. And yes, I have done that. And there is like no marks. There is one thing on the bottom, which probably if I would clean it, it would come off. So is this really that delicate? You tell me. There is also the leather versions, but to be completely honest, even though they are gorgeous, they probably are not this flimsy as the canvas ones are. They are super expensive. And if we consider that the Louis Vuitton canvas material, it is basically indestructible, whereas leather pieces are not. So to the fact that they are quite a lot more expensive than these are, I wouldn't really recommend buying a leather Neverfull. But if you are after a leather tote, I would kind of suggest going to Saint Laurent and purchasing their leather tote, which by the way is less expensive than these Louis Vuitton canvas totes. So that's just kind of my thoughts on the leather one. Like if you are after one, I wouldn't really go for the Neverfull in leather. The second factor is the structure. So it is one big hole. There is a zippered pocket, and it's quite big pocket actually if you take it out of the bag. And as mentioned, this is quite soft. So it will kind of, when you have it empty, it will slouch, so it won't kind of hold up its shape. And as I already mentioned, the Damier Ebene one, it is a bit more stiff than the other two. And the monogram as well as the Damier Azur one has this vachetta leather, which some people are kind of worried that it's more delicate. So that's kind of, that will have an effect on the structure, which canvas you take. But saying that, these do get softer by time. So if you are after for a slouchy bag and you're okay that when it is empty, it kind of looks like this, go for it. If you would hope that it would kind of somewhat hold up its shape, you most likely will need to buy an organizer. So when it comes to the structure, as there basically isn't that much of it, you will need to create it yourself if it bothers you. So either, as mentioned, purchasing an organizer or buying all different kind of pouches and putting your stuff in them. So Now that we have gotten into the organizer part, I also have one, and I'll just show you how it looks like, because this is empty. Now there is an organizer. It really helps the bag to hold its shape. And I will link a couple of options down below, because the specific one that I have bought from a local store here where I live, and I'm not really sure if they ship internationally or anything, so I will link some other options down there. But just as a disclaimer, I've never purchased from them, so I don't really know how they are, but just if you're interested to check out some organizers, I will put them down there. Now, number 3, the closure. And I think this, watching all the videos of people complaining that this is an open hole, there is no zipper, and it's true, there is no zipper. There is this clasp closure, like this, and personally, I don't think I've ever had that clasp closed, because from practicality point of view, it's on the way. But there are still some things that I disagree a bit with other people. So yes, it's true, it doesn't have a zipper, but it does come with this pouch, and that has a zipper, so you can keep your most valuable, like money, keys, whatever important stuff you carry with you in this. You put it into the bag, and then you attach it to this D-ring over here, like that. And then when you are walking, you have it like this. I mean, yeah, sure, someone can put their hand in here. They are not able to take this because it's attached to your bag. And even more secure would be using this zipper pocket, because obviously no one will get their hands off in that one. And if you think, like, from a reality point of view, the small objects, the most valuable ones, you should not keep just kind of lying on top of the bag. You should utilize the pouch or then the zippered pocket. You can also purchase an organizer with a zipper on top, so that should help with the security point of view if you're worried. But with the bigger items such as laptop, when you carry it like this, there's no way, no one, like, basically a thief will not be able to grab your laptop from your bag, because it is like this and your arm is holding it from the middle. So it's not gonna happen, guys. So from the security point of view, I'm not that worried. But yet I do agree that you should not just kind of keep your wallet on top of the bag so that someone can just easily slip in their hand and go. Also, if you do not have an organizer and you've stuffed this with a lot of things in it, it's really difficult for anyone to grab anything from it because it's one big pile of stuff. So it kind of comes around, like, if you don't have an organizer, if you don't have an organization in the bag, it's more difficult to grab stuff from the bag, but then it will probably make your life a bit more difficult as well. Now, when you do have these organization parts, just make smart choices. You can purchase organizers that have zippers. Mine has zipper here if you want to put something in there, or better yet, I think this big zippered pocket. I mean, of course it sucks if someone steals your umbrella or scarf from the bag, but, like, let's just think practically. They are after your money or your phone or something like that. So it's just, I don't that much agree with the security risk of this bag. And maybe it is because I live in the Nordic side of the world where it's relatively safe, and this is where I've kind of grown up, and it probably makes me feel a bit more too secure. But I've used this while traveling, and obviously I have my passports and the things that I cannot lose in a separate place. But for carrying big stuff as for what this is meant, I don't see an issue with that at all. So if you are looking at this for only to use as a purse where you put your wallet and keys and money and passports and jewelry, for instance, why would you buy this bag? You buy this bag to carry laptops and papers and I don't know, big stuff, like clothes. And for the smaller ones, you probably have already another bag, or then you utilize these that it comes with, right? Number 4, sizing. So this comes in 3 different sizes, and even though it is called Neverfull, it does get full. So you need to consider for what purpose you need it. And to be honest, in my opinion, the real battle is between this size and then the GM size, which is the size up from this. The PM size, isn't that like for children? It's really, really odd to have this shape of a bag in that size. And personally, I think if you're looking at that size of a bag, that you need that size of a bag, there are plenty of better options for a smaller handbag than the Neverfull shape. But that's just my opinion. So we're just gonna focus on the 2 bigger sizes. And with that as well, like to be kind of completely honest, unless your life requires you to carry a really massive amount of stuff with you, and that means like all the basic office stuff like papers and laptop, you need to have like 5 different clothes and food and I don't know, toys, but I don't even know. But basically, if your work and if your life requires you to actually carry that much more stuff than fits into this on a daily basis, then sure, get the GM. But like honestly, for everyday use, the is so much better. This, even if it is like half full, so if you don't need to fill it up completely, it looks still proportional. Whereas with the GM size, if you haven't really stuffed it, it doesn't look good. And I don't really like, do you really need that big of a bag? Like traveling is different, but for a day-to-day use, do you need that big of a bag? I don't know. Maybe you do. But in general, I think the is the best size. It is also the most popular one. So maybe other people agree with me that this is the most functional and practical size. But definitely consider your needs when you are purchasing this, because as also I am now saying that go with the is the best. You might need a bigger one. So once again, like think for yourself, like what does my life look like? What do I need to carry around? Maybe I don't need a tote at all. Maybe that's also something that you realize. So now we are on the 5th one, which is, should you still get it in 2021 if you still don't have it? So I will start by saying that mine is almost 5 years old. And during that time, the price has gone up. I will check the current pricing, but I think the price of this has gone up like 200 euros during these almost 5 years. And during those 5 years, I mean, this is still classic. This is in such a good condition. Like there is maybe some dirt, which is my own fault because I haven't cleaned it. It is very much a classic bag. Like when would a tote bag go out of style? And this canvas, I don't really understand why Louis Vuitton would stop doing canvas bags, for instance. So I don't really see that happening. And to be honest, I think that all the colorings with the canvases, like they are very, very neutral. They go with everything. With the more brownish colors, like they are such a neutral browns that they fit with everything. Also with black. Whereas with this one, I mean, this just goes with everything, and I do really feel that this is also an all year round canvas. So, I mean, I definitely don't see any reason why you shouldn't get this one still. And to be honest, like if something would happen to my Neverfull for some reason, I would look up for a new one, but most likely I would actually turn into the pre-love market, just because there is quite many people who actually have sold these pouches, and when they are then later on selling the bag, they've obviously, it's not coming as a full package, so the price is gonna be better without this. And I don't really use this, so I would be more than happy to purchase a second-hand one without the kind of small pochette, because then it would be cheaper for me. So as to sum up, tote bags, they are classics, they will be classics, but you should really think about the reasons why you would want to purchase a Neverfull in 2021. Is it because everyone else has it, everyone else is talking about it, so you feel like I should have it too because it's so cool that everyone loves it? Or are you truly a tote person and this is your dream of actually getting one, because there is no reason to get a bag just because everyone else has it. If you've managed your life so far without a tote bag, that probably means you don't need one. If there is an actual need for this bag, then 100% recommendation. But I just kind of want you to think about that in the end, like everyone loves this. It's been around for quite a long time. I don't see it going anywhere, but it's just a bag that you can hold your stuff in and carry around. So, I mean, it's not that special, even though it is a bit. That was it. Thanks for watching and see you in my next video. Bye.